Well, this afternoon, 5 employees of the sheriff's office, they were served or given formal documents about their employment status. Now, 3 have been suspended, 2 have been terminated. Each have actually worked nearly 20 years with the sheriff's office. Captain Tom Flanders and Detective Mike Sollenberger. This is all after the investigation was unveiled today, stemming into the texting that is alleging that there was racially charged text sent between these employees. Now, in today's press conference, the sheriff, Phil Plummer, he explained that the 3 who are suspended did admit to taking part in these texts. The sheriff says the texts were in violation of the office's code of conduct, but because they each admitted guilt, he is giving them a chance. As for Captain Flanders and Detective Sollenberger, officials say they did not show remorse. Officials report the 2 did say they had certain conversations, but that the racial and/or inappropriate language used was inserted by the anonymous complainant. Now, officials say some of this texting took place over the span of 1 year, and it was happening on personal phones during on and off-duty hours. Those phones, which were the primary form of evidence, were ultimately given to the sheriff's office last week. Now, the sheriff says his focus is on 3 goals: rebuilding community trust, improving employee relations, and requiring cultural diversity trainings. I asked him how these actions will make a difference in the future. When it comes to the cultural diversity training, in 19 years and 17 years, had either of these gentlemen, had they had this type of training, and if so, do you think it worked, since this is the type of behavior that was occurring?
Well, unfortunately, you can train people all the time until they believe it in their mind and they're going to behave that way. Does it sink in? I'm pretty sure they all have had this training. You know what I mean? And they're going to get it again.
The sheriff says this has been extremely disappointing, the findings of this investigation, but he does believe that he will be able to gain the trust of this community and feels that he's actually building on the trust that is already there.
2 News at 6, live reports from the biggest events of the day, investigating